Look, no music. Hey, Wendy. I gotta get this thing open on YouTube on my phone so I can read the chat. Here we are. Hey, Beck and Gail. What? Volume down. Okay. Wait a few minutes and see who else might trickle in for this little quick stream. Have y'all been over at Lena's? She cracks me up. Hey, Cheshire, Lena, Gail, CB, and Cheshire. Thank you guys for dropping in. I know it's not my usual, but we're not gonna make it too long. Of course, I never go more than an hour and a half. You know that. I'll run out of steam. Widen that out a little bit. Who else am I missing? Lori, Vaughn. Alrighty. I hope everybody had a chance to go to the bathroom after Lena's. I was busy. That's why I wasn't in chat too much. There you go. I'm hoping that some of the new fibs come in are peeps from Robyn's channels, but she usually doesn't get it posted in the class immediately. She has to approve everything. So here we go. This is a handmade journal from somebody whose journals are in museums on the East Coast. And so that just thrills me no end. This is a kind of a lightweight leather meant to mold around your pages. And since there's nothing in this journal yet, this is just like a starter journal. The leather is designed to wrap around the pages for a while. And here we go. And it smells so good. This is modeled after a traveler's journal. It has 2 elastics that you can put stuff in. And this cover is made from linen and antique sari silk that she has sewn onto that cover. Isn't that cool? And then a cardstock. This is some of her intuitive writing. She's much better. And, you know, I'm not going to say that. She's had a lot more practice. A little pocket. And all of her papers in here are coffee dyed and tea stained. She just finished 4 pages, I think. So the rest of them are up to me. This is one of her collages. Y'all can get into Robyn's Patreon account for as little as $1. And she takes photocopies of some of her prints and allows the students or the patrons to use them. She uses as much as she can 70s paper, 50s, 60s, 70s paper, like notebook papers and letter papers and that sort of thing because of the cotton content. And it does make a difference in the feel of what you're doing. Here's one of her jelly prints. So I've learned an awful lot from Miss Robyn. Lots of blank pages. And that was what was wrapped around it, so I'm going to save that. Blank pages for writing or decorating or whatever. So y'all know my idea journal is based on this type. work. I'm going to pull it out because some of you may not have seen it. Mine's a little bit bigger. In fact, it's a whole lot bigger. But this is what her finished journals look like. But on that coffee dyed paper, I will definitely be leaving some of it showing. So that you know I didn't make this up by myself. Here's another page of that jelly and another this green paper from, this is the back cover. She's even using brown packing tape because it looks yellowed. I'll show you what I've been doing here in a minute. That came with it. So anyway, just more papers. And here's the back cover of the second signature and the inside cover of the linen. So there it is. You want to smell? Doesn't it smell good? It's just so soft. I'm a lucky girl. All right, I'm just going to show you quickly what I've done since you were last here, last Thursday, on the baby journal. Shannon Green blasted on Saturday, which that's a joke, but the only thing she suggested was cutting these pages down and putting the month, cutting it off the top area, putting it right here, and go ahead and use those. So I'm just going to flip through real quick to some pages that I've finished. Here's the little folder. I think I showed you that the other day. I showed you that one. I'm going to leave a lot of these pages blank, the same reason that Robyn did on mine. And that's so that Ashley can finish them. I've got all kinds of things to tuck. This is a new one. I'm using, I found some cellophane tape, the old cellophane style tape. I told you about that Thursday. But I've been putting fossilized amber on the outside of the tape to make it look like that scotch when it all, when it got all yellowed and would crinkle and stuff. So this is to look like a vintage book. And then I just folded that over and have a couple of things stuck in there. Play nice. I've still got a little bit to do, not a whole lot more to add, not a whole lot more pages, except for things to stick in the envelopes. You saw that. I haven't done just a whole lot this weekend. And on these pages where I tore them, I just put a little bit of that cellophane tape. I do not know if this stuff will continue to yellow like the old stuff did, but I got it at the dollar store. And the oxide may rub off, I don't know. But it's there right now. I've got a fly in here, nasty old fly. I think Friday I kept working on some of the inserts. I've still got plenty I can do. There's one of the little tabs. This is where I was. The glue didn't hold on the bottom, so I found this roll of old masking tape, and it is old because it doesn't want to roll. But I liked that it was yellowed, so I just cut off some of that, and because it's so old, I added some glue with it to hold. And that was where I was working when Lena quit. I did this one this afternoon. And I used my wax, since everybody's turned on to wax today. I used my Deco Art metallic luster and just rubbed it on here and then buffed it. Got a little bit of a shine. And I did this little page with 2 pieces of jelly printing. And here you see that dirty masking tape, which is what I wanted it to look like. And I did this little page. And that's more of the wax. It has a slight glimmer. And I noticed this is upside down, but since the pocket's here, oh well. I did this one just now and found this card. This was a Tim Holtz card, and it needs to be bent and distressed a little bit to make it look like it was something important, and you know. So, excuse me. I do that and then take a sanding block and sand it. You know, like it's just been pulled out and looked at so many times like an old photo. See? And then go around the edges, but that's going to live right there. That one you saw. I think that may be it. It is. Because then I trimmed all those, and that took a while. So, I told you it was going to be short and sweet. And I know that we've all been together all day. Let me go back and see what y'all talked about. Hey, Vanessa. Thanks. And you know that well, let's see, I pulled out some eyelets and some little corner piece. I don't know. If I do any eyelets, I'll just do them occasionally. And I've got some steampunk metal things that can go here and there since it's for a boy. They're real thin. More China. And black bobby pins. I saw these at the dollar store and I thought, well, that's a cool idea. So you can just put that on the page and stick a piece of paper under it. Except you don't really want it to do 2 pages. I mean, it's kind of like a decorated paper clip. I just love the way that turned out. I think that stuff is going to dry on there. We'll see. Let's see. What was I going to show you? Oh, I was showing you this. And these are some more tea tiny eyelets. What else did I have out? Oh, that may be it. Oh, I pulled out some of those little circles. I don't know where I got them. Oh, one of these picture frames will be cool. I've had this forever. Crinkle, crinkle. They're real thin, but that'll be cute. Just put on a page somewhere, and then I'm saving my. There's 2 black pages, I believe. I'm saving for the Twinkle Twinkle lettering. For those of y'all that didn't see that, I'm going to hand do this. These will be widened a little bit, thickened up, and they'll be like Zentangles, the droppy down things. And then I'll paint the star on and then do all this lettering. So I'll make a, now once I paint it, I'll shrink it down so that it can fit on one of these pages. And that's the oversized print. Oh, I know, I got all these. Y'all saw these. All these little trinkets. So I'm really seeing the end of this project. And it will give her a book that is a little bit more finished than the one Robyn sent me, but since she's not into all this stuff, that'll help her. Any questions? Hi, Jacqueline. Welcome. Blue lavender leather coat from, well, it doesn't matter who it's from. It's too small. One of the designer brands. And I was going to give it to Goodwill, but I think I'm going to cut the back of it and make a journal cover. Use that leather in such a beautiful color. And actually, I was surprised this was such a light leather. Yeah, I was thinking she was using something more like saddle leather, or as I called it the other day, I told Randy it was horse leather. And he said, horse leather? You mean saddle leather? I said, yeah, that'll work. So it's just real yummy and soft. And all the anybody that's interested in the old Canvas Corp products, they sold all of the inventory and the design rights to a new company called 1320 Creative in Northwest Arkansas. Shannon's helping them get set up, and they are going to do mail order. So that's all the news I've got there for you. I wouldn't use my Origins paper. This I didn't want to use it because it's a craft text kind of paper that you can't tear, but man, you can sure add color to it. You bet, Vanessa. It's basically just brown pages because I've been one of her students and she knows that we know what to do with them. So the inside front cover is linen with sari silk. This is some of Robyn's, and she calls it intuitive writing. If I only had one of those handmade calligraphy brushes, I could do better. How about that? Another one of her jelly prints. And this is some antique paper. And I call it antique. It's really just kind of 60s and 70s paper. If you can ever find a ream of any of it, get it because it's 25% cotton. And so are old books for that matter. So anyway, these are just coffee and tea stain paper. Very rustic. And that was wrapped around it, so I'll put that in here somewhere. So there's different papers, vintagey look stuff. Here's the brown packing tape that she sometimes uses to add to the vintage look. And that's it. There's two signatures, and each one has an intermediate cover. And this is the main cover for this section. So when you finish this, you take it out and put it into another book and put a new one in here. So that's the theory of traveler's books. Anybody else? Bayback, or Bayback. Bayback works. Well, all right, guys, I promised you it would be short, and I appreciate you coming on over. Like it if you haven't, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and I would appreciate it. And nobody else has any questions. It's not cocktail time. It's not cottontail time here till 7. Oh my goodness, look at all those little bitty gears. I need to get those in the bag. Those would be cool to use. see. Okie dokie. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you tomorrow afternoon at 4. And I will probably be doing, oh, who knows? I may break this out and work in it a little bit. And I will definitely work on the baby book some. So that's all. I love you guys. Thanks for sticking around. Bye-bye. You're welcome, Linda. I hope I found everybody. I hope I said hi to everybody. If I did not, if I missed you, it doesn't mean I don't love you. So there you go. Bye-bye.